Everybody, welcome back. This is Carlos. This is episode 31 of my journey to redevelop the Legend of Zelda, originally for the NES. This time I'm using Unity, and I'm gonna mute myself here. So it's going great. I started this project in June 2025. It's been more than half a year that I've been at it, working every day on it. The outside world, the first, the outside map is completed. It has been completed for many months now. And after I completed this, which I'm just gonna play around while I explain what's happening. And so I finished the outside world, enemies, combat mechanics, secret locations, shops, caves, NPCs, everything is working at the moment. So that's quite exciting for me. It's been a long journey, bunch of bugs, bunch of problems, but every time I've managed to solve them, right? I haven't come across a deal breaker, so to speak, situation that has prevented me from continuing. At this rate, I expect that maybe summer this year, maybe one full year after I started, the whole game, the whole first quest will be completed, which is really my goal. I don't want to just make like a little prototype, just like a proof of concept kind of thing. I love this game, and I am committing myself to finishing it, to make it exactly, or as much as possible as I can, exactly like the original game, right? That is all the enemies, all the items, all the mechanics, right? All the secrets, everything that made this game special, I want to make it into Unity, right? And so far, I think I'm gonna make it, right? And let me just quickly move around here in the world, which is this lower screen right here. Ignoring this for now because this is the entrance to Dungeon 1. I'm implementing right now Dungeon 1, and I just need like an easy access to it. But I can also go through the original tree, like the death tree that has all these puzzles and enemies, right? So right now I am able to find the sword. I can go around killing enemies. I can go into the shops, I can buy things, I can get the blue ring if I wanted to, right? For example, here I could get, say, the candle. I started the game with a lot of rupees just to help myself test better. And so enemies have the right loot tables, the right loot mechanics, and I say that because there's not hidden, but like a little bit cryptic loot mechanics in this game. You can force items to drop, like especially bombs, fairies, 5 rupees, right? Depending on the situation. There's like an enemy counter, consecutive enemy counter. So all this stuff that I research that exists in the game, I have managed to implement it so far, and I'm about to die. Damn it. Yeah, and you die. In the beginning, you die, and it's really hard. This game was quite hard in the beginning because you have nothing. Once you get the blue ring and you start getting a few heart containers, it's a whole different story. But in the beginning, it's really, really hard. You can die just after a few hits. Okay, so what I have been working since the last time I streamed is Dungeon 1. Essentially, since the beginning of January. My goal was 2025, finish the outside world. I was able to, and I've been placing the items out here when the world was not complete or when the world was in progress. But now I can actually walk into dungeon number 1, and here we are. So dungeons, I decided, at least for now, I'm gonna have an upside down view of the dungeons. Let me get these bombs. I put a bunch of keys here for me just to help myself navigate this easier. Enemies, some of them exist, but I have not activated them. What I was working on is essentially the layout of the dungeon, right? So let me show you what it looks like in the game editor. So from here I can manipulate what's going on, and this over here, this green image over here, this is just an image I got from the internet to help me kind of remember where things are, right? So this is just something that I downloaded from the internet, and as you can see, this dungeon has these rooms. You start here, and then there's like a few rooms going north, all the way north, you turn left, and there's some stairs which take you to the treasure room. There's an NPC room here. There's a guy that tells you a secret, which is not really much of a secret, but yeah, it happens. And then here would be the final boss of the dungeon called Aquamentus, the dragon, the fierce dragon that protects the Triforce, which sits right here. So that's just an image. But then based on that, I started making the rooms, right? The room prefabs. And this is what took me a long time because, the first dungeon, I knew it was going to take me the longest because I had nothing made, right? No texture, no NPCs, no walls, no colors, no these rocks, face rocks, no locked doors, no sealed doors, no bombed walls, whatever, right? So making all that from scratch, that's what's been taking a long time. I'm also trying to be very careful so that in the future I don't waste time, right? In the beginning, maybe if you saw my previous stream, you saw maybe I was still placing the rooms manually with the mouse and try to connect them. So that's not sustainable. So I start to make the dungeon more mathematically sound, right? So every dungeon, every room has now a certain measure, and I can place them with code. So that makes life a lot easier and is way more precise. Walls is probably one of the most interesting features in the game. Let me just do a little playthrough, and then I'll show more or less the behind the scenes of how it works. So right now, as I say, the camera is just kind of like sweeping up, down, left, right, just like in the original dungeon. I figured that these dungeons are made to be seen from above, right? I was trying to make Link look, from an angle, but then you cannot see this door. You can barely see this door as it is right now with the camera. But with this position, you can see everything. And I feel like if you can only see one part of the dungeon, like here, then you need to have an awareness of the full room when you're playing this game. Because you will have some things firing at you from all angles, right? You will have what do you call these guys? Wizrobes that, are shooting at you. There's some stones that shoot at you as well. So you need to see the whole room at all times. Something that I'm not convinced about this mechanic is that I can see a little bit of the other room right here, so that shouldn't happen. So maybe I'll try to make it blur or something. And the reason why you don't want to show what's going on in the next room is that here, for example, there's no room here, so don't even bother try to bomb this wall. So the original game does not reveal that. Anyway, so I have some keys, I have some bombs, so now I can open this door. Boom. So I have the door opening mechanic. Most of the doors in this room, in this dungeon, are already open, but there's some doors that actually you can bomb. And so I choose the bomb, place it here, and sure enough, it opens a hole in the wall, and I can actually go through it. There's 2 of those in these dungeons, so put another one there. Boom! So satisfying. So having these 4 states in which a wall can be, it was a little bit tricky, right? Because you can have a wall with nothing, like this one up here, or it can be open, or it can be locked, or it can be sealed, and then you unseal it by solving a puzzle or killing enemies in a room, or it can be bombed already, like this one, right? It's already bombed. So those states have to be controlled, have to be managed, they have to have some logic behind. Every time I open a door, I have to reduce the amount of keys. If I don't have keys, I should not be able to open a door, things like that. It sounds logical, but I have to implement that, right? You have to make it happen. So here is, for example, a sealed door. I have keys, but I cannot open it because this is one of those rooms that you have to do something in this one, so I can open it. In this case, it's simple. You just push this rock and it opens the door. And in here there is this guy waiting for you. Isthmus Peninsula is the secret. Now in dungeons you find this Hylian old dude. It's not the same old dude that you find in the overworld, the one that sells you things or give you the wooden sword. That guy has round ears. The guy in the dungeons have pointy ears. It's a Hylian. If you have to look at the sprite very carefully, it's like a little Easter egg. Now this guy just tells you these, and back in the day, where there was no internet and all you had is the manual and maybe some friends at school sharing secrets, these things were supposed to be helpful. I have not yet implemented the mechanic in which you can actually hit this guy, and if you do so, then the fireballs start shooting at you. That's gonna happen. Why? Because I want to make it just like in the original game. So right now I cannot really the fire hurts me, right? And I already lost my sword beam, which is gonna be a problem to kill Aquamentus now, because Aquamentus is working now, which is something that was working the last couple days. Okay, so another thing that is working is this room. So this room has some water pits, so some channels that you cannot cross unless you have the ladder. So I do not have the ladder right now, so I cannot cross them. But if I did, it already works. So that's how it works. And then you open another door. There's another of these pattern rooms with water. And once again, enemies will not be able to cross it unless you are a Wizrobe and you can teleport across them. But Wizrobe coming like Dungeon 6, so I'm still way away from that. So open this final door, and once again, there is this room. Originally, there's gonna be a few enemies here. You have to kill them first, and then once you kill them, you'll be able to push this particular block. Not this one or that one, it's just this one. And you cannot push it towards the right. You can only push it up or down. So once you do that, you push the block, and then you reveal the stairs, and when you walk to the stairs, look at it. Now you're in the treasure room. And the treasure room, this is how I visualize it in my head, right? Because in the original game it's 2D, so it looks very different. So I've seen people have, attempt to do this game, in the past, obviously. And I love that everybody has a different imagination, different way to visualize these rooms, because this is like a 2D image. And so you come from here towards down here, and it's, there's no depth to this room. Link can only go left and right here. It's interesting. And then you climb here, and every dungeon will have one of these rooms, at least one. And the item of the dungeon will be sitting here waiting for you. So in my version of the game, I decided to do that. So, you coming through this door, you appear in these stairs, come down and around. There's never any enemies in this room, so it's just more like like some fanfare to make it more epic. That you found the room, you got the treasure, but you have to go around the room and like up down the stairs. And you get the bow in the dungeon number 1, but because I have no arrows, I cannot even select it, just like in the original game. Okay, so go back out. It leaves me back in this room, and at this point in the game you could start heading back towards Aquamentus, which is the boss. You will still have to kill some enemies here, and in this dungeon you also get the boomerang, which I have already the boomerang in the game. It's implemented, it works. I just need to make it, appear in this dungeon correctly. And then this is the final room before the boss. So in here you would have, it's called the Wall Masters, which is the annoying hands like enemy that come down, and if they capture you, they bring you all the way down to the back to the and find the right angle. Look, I'll pause the game for a moment because he's gonna kill me otherwise. Let me show you here what's going on. So Aquamentus is a battle in which you are kind of looking from the side in the original game, right? So as you can see, this dragon, which I was working on yesterday, this is what it looks like in a 2D sprite. It has 4 states. It has, you can see his legs are kind of like just moving up and down, and you can have his closed mouth and open mouth. And how I've been developing this or creating these models in 3D is like this. So I base myself on the, the image. So all I get is one side of the image. So I have to get creative and translate it into a 3D. It looks kind of goofy from the front, but it looks pretty epic from the side. So this is kind of what I made. And then this is the 4 states of Aquamentus, right? With the legs, boop, 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 and with the mouth. Something like that, right? And then I export that into Unity. I make him do stuff, right? Like I give him some behavior with code. I give him his weapon, which is this energy ball, which he already has, and it shoots in 3 directions. One's always aimed directly at you, the middle one. In this case would be this one right here is aimed at Link. The other 2 are 30 degrees, in an angle from the original one. And he does that every 1 to 3 seconds. It's random. And then he only moves back and forth the room. He never kind of comes way too close to the left side, and he never goes up or down. So it's simple. It's good that it's simple, right? And he has 6 HP. You have to hit him 6 times with the wooden sword to kill him. And yeah, and if you do that, you should be able to go to the next room to take the Triforce, get a heart container from him, and finish the dungeon. Alright, so the problem is because this is the game view, right? So if I put Aquamentus, like let me see what I mean. Let me select him. He has a default this 20 degrees angles in X, so that's standing straight. If my camera was like this, you know, it looks great, right? It looks kind of like he looks great. And this is where I have been debating what to do with these cameras in these dungeons. Maybe for the boss battles I need to position the camera like this. That could be cool, so that way you can really showcase Aquamentus and see how much bigger he looks like Link. Maybe I'll do that. But for now, just to help myself move forward, I'll iterate later and try to find better ideas how to do this. If I just place him completely standing still from above, he looks really weird. Like, you don't even know what this is, right? If you never played this game. So for now, my temporary solution is to rotate him in X. Maybe even a bit more, maybe 25, 30. So you can see a little bit more of his legs and everything. And maybe I could get away with this from this angle. But it just looks weird, you know, from this one, right? But you'll never see it like that. So I need to decide what I'm gonna do. For now, I'm just kind of like placing it in this angle so you can still see him. It's okay because he only moves back and forth and he's only facing you. In the original game, he doesn't face you. Just the beam goes straight at you. Okay, so I'm on pause. And as you can see, he moves back and forth. He never comes too close to this side. So if you have the wooden sword, the beam sword, it's kind of easy to just shoot at him from this angle. But I do not have it. I lost it. So I need to get close to him. Need to time my attacks. Ah! Okay, one. And he shoots from his mouth towards me. So they're like on a downward angle. But let me put the two views. This one from the side. So you can see. So the balls come actually from above Link. And they travel down. In the original game, because it's all 2D, the balls are, you know, just in in 2 dimensions. So they don't have to account for that. So they always cross the whole screen. In my case, because they start from the mouth towards Link, it's gonna be a down component, Y-axis component. So yeah, that's what we have here. Let me just check the stream still working. I think so. Alright. Yeah. So let me just put both and let's finish this fight. So you can see it from 2 angles. Okay. So I'm... shit. And I just have 1 more heart. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kill him. He's trying to walk... Damn it. Okay, wait for the next beam. And then... Go! Shit. He doesn't have like a time, like a set time. It's a randomized time. So shit, kill me. It's hard, man. It's hard. Boom. So when this happens, I am screwed. So I need to restart the game. I need to. If I die in the outside world, I'll just restart in the first screen. You know, which is right here where you get the sword. But I need to do that for dungeons, right? If you die in a dungeon, I need to make it so that you just kind of like go back to the entrance. And I need to probably replenish Aquamentus health back to normal. Right, so I'll just quickly get back to him. Because there's no enemies or anything, it's gonna be straightforward. And now I have my sword beam, so it should be okay. I might even try to use some bombs on him, because bombs are quite strong. So he's here, so maybe I'll just shoot from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can finish him off with a bomb. 5. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Boom. And he's dead. He's dead, bro. And yeah, so I haven't finished, there has to be a heart container that spawns in here, and the door should open for you as well, and you can, but I can, control Link's position here, just cheat a little bit, you go through the wall, And sure enough, the Triforce room is already waiting for me. And I need to make like a more epic camera motion to show Link from the front. And that will be the end of Dungeon 1, right? It takes you back out of the dungeon and you continue your game. So that's what I've been working on. So Dungeon 1. I wanted to finish Dungeon 1 but before the end of the month. Today is the 25th in Japan at least. So honestly, I'm doing great progress, but I knew this dungeon was gonna be the one taking the longest time. So it's okay. I haven't implemented all the enemies either from this dungeon. I have implemented, let me show them to you. The enemies that I have actually implemented from Dungeon 1. So enemies, I made, no, not Genie, it's Gibdo. This guy. And that's the mummy, right? The cute mummy right there that you have to, I don't know, there's probably not Gibdos in this dungeon. But I made it anyway because it's my favorite. It's so cute. Stalfos, which is in this dungeon, like that. And all he does is like, he only has like an animation like this. Like that. He's already in the game. And then the other one is this Gorilla Orange. And not on save. And this guy is kind of like, just kind of walk like and we have the orange version and the blue version, which has more HP. Like that. Who else? Yeah, I call these guys the Glued Gluries, but they're called Box in the game. This is what we called them when we were little, so I just kind of, in homage of, you know, us playing this game 30 something years ago. Yeah, this guy, very basic, just kind of like, it's like a jelly. What I have not made yet that is in this dungeon is the mini-me version of this guy. So when you kill this guy with the wood sword, he splits into two, look like droplets. So I need to make those guys, and also the wall masters. Let me show you quickly the enemies from this dungeon that I have not finished to implementing. Okay, so those are the bosses from other dungeons. And yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I've been using to create, you know, to replicate the sprites into 3D. But this is only the bosses. And so the ones I need to, let me just show you where it is. I already have all that kind of handy in my folders. Let's see. No, this is the NPCs here. Right, so this is the one I need to make. And as you can see, this Zol comes in different colors, and this one as well comes in different colors. Stalfos, very simple, it's just the one sprite, and you just kind of flip it, mirror it, to give the appearance of walking. Gibdo as well, so he's easy. Rope, I already made him as well. Rope is in my arsenal already. Let me see, let me show you a sprite. Damn it. No. Enemies. Rope. Yeah, rope's pretty cool. Rope. Like that. It's like a mean looking snake. So actually I could just drop them in the world, the ones that I already have them, because they have behavior. So for example, while I'm here, let's just drop in some enemies so you can see them in action. Okay, let's find them first. Yeah, so Genie, okay, Gibdo. If I drop a Gibdo right there, look, he's already ready to cause some trouble. Let me just get out of his way because he hits quite hard. He has a lot of HP. So this is the deal. Like, just looking at them from the top, it's just a conundrum, guys. Like, this is one of the problems translating 2D into 3D. I could, you know, make a camera like this, but then how is the player gonna know what's going on in this wall, like the south wall? Like, it's just complicated. So that, and then also Stalfos. He's gonna drop a Stalfos there. He's doing his thing. Aquamentus, Kini, Gito, Livers, Moblins, Atropy, Hats, Zoras, Tektites. I'm missing some enemies. What are they? Maybe I have not animated them yet. Moblins, Octoroks, Beard, stuff. Oh, I guess I have not. Anyway, I already made them, but I have not wired them to be in the room. I thought I did. Let's see. Yeah, there he is, but I have not. Yeah, okay. So what I did is I put the prefabs, but it's not, doesn't have any behavior yet. So there he is, but he's not doing anything. Yeah, eventually he will. We're causing trouble. Like that. Yeah, so I can actually kill these guys too. Well, maybe not this guy, but Stalfos, yeah. Boom. And he gives me a rupee. He takes like 8 hits. Is give it 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, shit. Bomb. Yeah. He's dead. Alright, so this is the recap, right? This is what I've been doing since the last time I was streaming. So, what I was thinking for today is just continue working on this dungeon number 1. For example, when you saw that I kill Aquamentus, he didn't drop the heart container. You know, the door was sealed behind him. So let's just have a look if I can make that happen. So first I need to go back to my dungeon 1 scene. Let's try to remember. And you know, I'm gonna do something similar with the Triforce, because looking at it from here, like the top-down view of the Triforce, is kinda confusing. So I'm gonna give it another 25 degree, so it looks good. It looks good from the top, right? So I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, this dude, ignore him. I know his position like that. I had to do a few tricks and with the angles, and I already explained why he's like tilt to the side, so just ignore that. And then when you kill this guy, you can take a heart container, and the heart container I already had put it on the outside of the world here in the overworld. Save so I can move. And then, like I mentioned before, wait, let's go to the tree here, right? Because now we have a proper treasure room where you get this bow. So I'm gonna delete it from here. The Triforce is already placed inside the dungeon, so I'm gonna delete it from here. Now this heart container, this is what I want to remember. Heart container dungeon1.vox prefab heart container. Okay, I need to place that in the game, and also this boomerang vertical. Let me just take note, because then I'll just write here and boomerang vertical. Naming in my version, sometimes name is actually quite important. Okay, so let's go back to the dungeon. Dungeon number 1. I need to remember where is this boomerang, in which room you get the boomerang. So I've been compiling a bunch of links with useful information for myself, for my own references in my own readme. Let me show you my GitHub repository. Is a lot better to organize things. So go here. And Zelda. Wow, my internet's slow, man. There you go. So Zelda 3D, dungeon maps, world enemy map, sprites. So I have all. Oh, this one might be helpful. Here, cool. Okay, so this one tells me where to put what. So in this room I need to put some Stalfos. In here I need to put the keys. I already made keys as well. It's probably I haven't animated yet keys, but it exists. It looks like this. Like that. Okay, so from this dungeon what I need to make is the mini Zol, this droplet enemy, and also these hands, the annoying wall masters. Enemy wise, right? And then after that, okay, you have to put a key here, one key here, that's gonna be dropped by one of the Stalfos. So let's just start laying out where the things go. There's another key here, the compass is here, boomerang is here, the map is here, another key right here. So let me do that. So let's start placing the keys where they belong. Because right now I opened the dungeon and it's just kind of like have all these items lying down here. So just for me to remember where things should go. And the thing is that key is not just waiting for you there. You have to defeat all the keys first for it to become visible. So I'm just gonna place it here for now. And then there's another one in this room, and that's gonna be dropped by a Stalfos, but that will help me remember. And there's another key here. Over here. In the room with the bombable wall. And then the map. There's okay, there's a dude, a skeleton dude has a key and another one right here. So, okay. Let's keep going up. There's one. We said here, right? And there's yet one more at the very top. Over here. Alright, so many keys in one room. Yeah, if you know about this game, there is a very Easter eggy trick that you can do. When you walk into this dungeon, this door, no, this one is gonna be locked, right? And so the game would kind of like suggest you to kind of like explore something else. Either come this room, you'll get a key, and this room, you'll get a key. But if you know this game, you can come into the dungeon, it's gonna be locked. If you get out and back in again, for some reason, this door is gonna be open. And so you save one key, you can save one key that way. I'm gonna implement that a little bit further down the road. I wanna do all that kind of stuff, right? Like all the Easter eggs, even the things that the developers were not really planning for it to happen, but it did happen in the end. I'm gonna replicate that just for fun. So keys are placed. Okay, there's one more here where the wall masters go. That will be the last one. So I'm just gonna place that over here, and it seems to spawn underneath this block somewhere here. Alright, cool. Okay, that's that. And then the boomerang goes in this room right here. Here is where the boomerang is gonna spawn. So I'm gonna look for the boomerang. Not the boomerang, the boomerang. The boomerang, and so the boomerang VOX, this one. No, that's the magical boomerang. That's not the one. Boomerang. Oh, here. That's yeah. So here, and is you need to have a specific name. Boomerang vertical box. Oh, okay, I already have correctly set. Okay, so that's the boomerang. It looks kind of tiny. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger, and I'm gonna rotate it tiny bit. It's 1.3, 1.5. It's fine. So it's like very clear what you're doing, and it's gonna be 30% rotation in X, so you can see it from above, like clearly what it is. I should do that with the keys, maybe. Okay, so that, and then I have a map and a compass. Okay, so another thing, and I think honestly, at this rate, I was very happy. It's like, you know what? It's gonna work. The map's gonna, you know, the dungeon's gonna work. I can see it. I can see the light. And then I remember that this Zelda NES mini map. Each dungeon has a map system. I don't know. Shall we look at a video quickly here? Right, so let me see if this dude is gonna kind of show you where the map is. So as you can see here, you don't see the world map anymore. So each dungeon has like this kind of like dark section, and you are this dot that is moving towards the Triforce. This is the Triforce. If you have the compass, you can see this. Otherwise, you see like a link dot moving around. So I need to implement that. And not only that, when you pause the game, I'm hoping this guy's gonna pause the game. Show maybe when he gets there. Pause. Check it out. So this is probably even more complicated. This one I know how to do right now. This one I don't know. I need to check how am I going to implement this, because when you don't have the map yet, you just reveal these black boxes when you step in, right? So you can start building your own map, which is quite creative. It's amazing how ahead of its time this game was. This is a normal mechanic now in many games. Once you get the map, like this guy is probably about to do, then the whole thing is revealed. But in the meantime, you need to reveal these parts. So obviously each dungeon is going to have a different configuration of rooms. And moreover, look at this, the connection between the rooms. When a room is already open to each other, like maybe an open door, or even when you bombed it, it kind of changes to this. Like it means it's connected. Where you see things like this, is half connected. It means that you can go through this side, but not through this side. I need to implement that mechanic not only on the walls, but also on the map, like displayed like this. Honestly, at this point, I think making the dungeon 1 is going to be the most complicated part. I need to think of a way to do it. But once I do it, and this is the beauty of it, once I finish dungeon 1 in its entirety, even if it takes me a month and a half, that's fine, because next dungeons are going to be more and more difficult to implement, right? Because I can just recycle this logic, in further dungeons, and it's just, I'm going to have all the rooms already laid out. As you can see here, these rooms I'm making prefabs, like a pre-made clones that you can then just kind of drag and drop into next dungeons and assemble them the way they should be. Change the palettes, because each dungeon has a different color set, like the walls and the stones and everything is different color. So as I progress in making a dungeon, or 2 or 3 dungeons, I think I'll pretty much have everything, every mechanic, every trick, every type of wall and puzzle ready, so that further dungeons, the bigger and more complex they become, I will have everything ready anyway. So I'm still confident that maybe by summer I'm gonna be able to finish this stuff. So yeah, I need to find a way to do this part, because I have this inventory, this screen, but only on the overworld. It shows different things. Okay, so going back to the map, I need to place the map and the compass where they should go. So the map goes here. Map here, so that one should go somewhere. Let's check again. Near the door. See, and once again, I need to give it a little bit of an angle and make it a bit bigger, so the player knows what it is. What's going on? So 1.5. Something like that. So that's a map, and we need to put the compass here. I have my compass already made, and it should go, where did I say it was? Here. After you kill all these keys, all these bats. Somewhere here. Once again, let's position it correctly. Send this one block to the right. Get a little bit bigger. 1.5. And rotate 30 degrees in X, so you can see better what it is. And I want to place it perfectly where it should go, somewhere like that. And then you'll be able to see it from the top. Okay, so now I think everything is placed correctly. These bombs, I'm just gonna put them there for me as a freebie, so I can, test better. So just gonna leave them there, but in the final game I'll just get rid of them. Okay, the heart container, and let's see if we can open the door once we kill this guy. Heart container. Let's see. Heart container. So, and the heart container appears where Aquamentus is. So there's a couple ways that I can do this. I could make it as a drop from Aquamentus. Maybe that's the better option. Or just make it appear. What should I do? No, if I want to make it like in the game, right? If you kill Aquamentus right here, the heart appears in here. So the game forces you to take it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna move Aquamentus out of the way for now. Just get here. And I'm gonna place this one where it should go. And it only gonna appears once you kill Aquamentus. Once again, 30. 1.5. And the name is important. So I'll just change it. Our container tag default. And it's a box collider. And it should be here. Exclude layers. I don't know. It shouldn't collide with anything, so you can exclude the enemies. Exclude player projectile, enemy projectile, sword shards, player boomerang. Yeah. Okay. Now, Aquamentus, when you die, you should drop it. So maybe I'm thinking. Let me check what the code again. So Aquamentus is governed by two different scripts. One being its own AI, like AI Aquamentus. So this is behavior that is exclusive for him, right? Because he behaves uniquely than other enemies. It's not very hard, but it is unique. So he shoots triple, ball 1, ball 2, ball 3 with different angles. So this is like the one that aims at Link. And based on that one, you add 30 degrees and minus 30 degrees. So it goes on like a fork towards Link. This is just the move. He moves back and forth in X, right? He moves forward, but no more than a certain amount. So he doesn't cross the whole room. And he definitely will not go backwards way more than it is spawned. So you have to clamp his position, which is what I've done there. Yeah, so he finds the player, like the target, and there's some variables that, I can tweak, how often he shoots, how far he moves, how often he makes the decision of what to do next, and things like that. But now I would like to have him drop the heart container when he's dead. The thing is, the death mechanic is governed by this enemy.cs script, which is applied to every enemy. So this is what's common across all enemies, like the ability of take damage, dish damage, the ability to die, the ability to be invulnerable. When you hit them, they flash, and during that time, Link cannot, cause any more damage for a period of time. So I already have the loot mechanics, right? So this guy is in the loot table X, which means they don't really drop any loot. So I don't want him to drop the loot, but I want him to trigger the heart container appearing. So I need to make a reference here. Take damage, die. Here. So this is the die sequence. And so, for example, this one is shared by all enemies, like I said. So if it's Genie, dying kind of causes things to happen. So maybe if I am gonna be making special cases, if it's boss, or if it's I don't want to make too many special cases, because then remembering and giving them maintenance can get quite stupid. I would like this to be drop loot. On group X. What can I do? Let me see. field game object her container dungeon 1 like that. So I'll give the reference to Aquamentus, and this thing is gonna be invisible in the beginning. Whenever you're ready. Oh, what's going on? Ah, it's compiling on another screen. That's why I don't know what's happening. It just looks like stuck. Okay. Okay, so Aquamentus here, and now he's gonna have one more here. Player transform heart container, right? So this heart container, gonna lock him, get the heart container, and this heart container. Cool. What else? You know what? He also causes the door to open. So this wall also need a reference, I feel. I might change this logic in the future, but for now, let's see if I can make it work. And then I get a more refined idea. So it's gonna be a game object, sealed wall. I don't know, behind. It's because I need to open that wall and I need a reference to it. So, similarly, I'm gonna get this wall prefab here. Okay, it's compiling once again in this. Okay, at least you can see what's going on. Seems like it's frozen on your end, so but it's not. Right, so Aquamentus. Now here, seal wall behind Aquamentus, which is this one. Must be this one. And I just put it here. Oh, this one should not be open. Let me unlock here to see what's going on. So this one should be closed, right? Yeah. Sealed. So essentially, yeah, it's gonna go from what it looks like right now when Aquamentus die, boom, boom, opens. But in the original state, it should be like this. And already have a reference here, right? The wall dungeon is open. This one is sealed. It's not bumpable. Okay. And then this heart needs to be invisible in the beginning. So it's mesh renderer. I'm gonna make it invisible. Right? Invisible, but the box collider. If the mesh renderer is invisible, the box collider still acts. Okay, so I need to disable the box collider as well. Okay. Okay. Now, I have the wall. I need to find the seal wall, so I need to find it. I can find it in the awake, or I can find it in start. I can do it in start. So equals game of okay, so Aquamentus. No, I know. You need a wall dungeon, right? Maybe I'll change the name. I'll leave it like that. So seal wall dungeon behind Aquamentus, like that. And then what I'm gonna do is this thing equals sealed wall behind Aquamentus get component. What would you say was wall dungeon? Okay, so now I have reference to it, and also mesh collider. Do I need to do that? Mesh collider. Can I just make it disable the whole thing instead of the mesh collider? What should I do? I know. Maybe I'll activate it, and when the game starts, I'll just hide it. But before that, okay. So before that, I'm gonna have the reference here. Game of your heart dungeon. Okay, so heart container dungeon enabled. No, set active false. Right? That's fine. When it starts, it's gonna be invisible, but I'll have the reference live so I can do things to it. Okay, so I'm gonna place Aquamentus where it should go. So the heart's gonna remain visible, but when the game starts, it's gonna be invisible. Moving back, starts around here. Okay, so how do I now relate? Seal wall dungeon, seal wall dungeon. What should I do? So let's make public void Aquamentus dies. Right, so if he dies, then the wall's gonna open. So the sealed walled dungeon dot let me go back to the sealed wall logic. Can't remember. Sealed wall, no wall. Wall. So many classes, my god, this project is just growing and growing and growing. Unlock door, unseal door. Okay. Unseal door. And also the hard container dungeon 1 set active true. Now, what is gonna be calling these Aquamentus dies? Because like I say, the one that calls that would detect that Aquamentus is dead. That's the thing, right? Like I don't want to have to make too many special cases, like I say, right? This is a generic enemy die. But I will have to say if the enemy that's dying is Aquamentus, then blah blah blah. How could this class alone know that he's dead? I don't know. Well, I'll do that for now. So do die, explode. Okay, I'll do it. I might think of a better way next time. Kill by bone doesn't matter. Play kill effect, consecutive explode. Before explode, maybe here. Make a temporary case here. So if enemy mapping, what enemy name? Aquamentus. I don't like this. Aquamentus. It has to be a better way. Over game object dot get component AI Aquamentus. Let's see, bar AI. If AI Aquamentus exists, Just gonna make it very explicit. Then AI Mentus dot Aquamentus dies. Because the problem is that Aquamentus is not the final boss of every dungeon, right? Sometimes he's just like a mini boss in some dungeons. So he should not have. I mean, I should have to make a distinction between Dungeon 1 Aquamentus. Let's see if this is just even working at all like that. So let's go back to the game and give a little test run. Test run, persistent save. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna use my shortcut to get into Dungeon 1. Alright, starting from here. Just gonna get the sword quickly. There you go. And then this is the entrance of Dungeon 1 for now. Put me here, some bombs. I might need to go around collecting keys this time. How many keys I need at least? Probably like 4. Okay. So see what I mean? If you press start, this is the menu of the outside world. Now in here I need to do the map thing that I was showing you. The map and if you have the compass, if you have the... so this bottom half is gonna change, and this part as well. Instead of showing the overworld, I need to show, you know, where you are in the dungeon. So that's gonna be a little bit annoying. Ta-da! You get the compass, which does nothing right now. Get the boomerang, which, you know, it works, but it's not gonna do anything against Aquamentus. Okay, so there, I could get that, but I don't need it. Okay, cool. I actually don't need many keys to get to Aquamentus. Now I need to kill him and see if it works. Crap. Fired. Triforce acquired. Yes. Brilliant. Okay. I'm gonna come back to my code and refine this, because I keep saying that this is not a good idea. Because there's many Aquamentus in the world. It works for this dungeon, but he's not the final boss of, say, I don't know, whenever he comes up again. So this single script would be great to know if he's Dungeon 1 boss. Maybe I can do that. Okay, let me just pause here. Sure. I don't know, it's still kind of not great. So every enemy has a mapping. Let me show you what I mean. There's enemy mappings. It's all these variables that identify an enemy, but it's probably easier to see this way. All these Aquamentus enemy mapping, Armos, Genie, Gibdo. So essentially the name of the enemy, is it boss or not, check or uncheck, base HP, base damage, what kind of prefab, what kind of projectile they have. Is it an arrow, an energy ball, things like that, or nothing at all? How much it hurts Link when they touch Link, and what kind of loot table they belong to, A, B, C, D, or X. So Aquamentus has now a enemy identifier, a mapping. So he's a boss, but man, again, not great because he's boss. Okay. Public Bull is Dungeon 1 final boss. So he will be. In this case, in this particular instance. Okay. Is Dungeon final. Okay. So still doesn't help me here. Because I don't know if he's alive, only by looking at AI Aquamentus. What can I do? How can I know an enemy is dead, right? If his HP is 0, if his game object disappeared, maybe this thing could know that, right? I have to need to put it in the update, which I don't love. How can I do that? Go back to Dungeon 1. Aquamentus, this dude here. That's you, and your case, your enemy mapping, it tells me that you are a boss, that you're a Dungeon 1 final boss in your case. This is your HP, this is your projectiles, it's how much you hurt Link. You're not boomerang freezable, because you're a boss. This script can know that you're dead. This one, not so much right now. But you do belong to the same game object. And so, if you're... Oh my god. Gravity's kinematic. Ah man, this is tricky. How can I know? I mean, it works, and that could be like, yep, done for now. I know it's gonna bite me in the ass later. Might bite me in the ass, but I need to think about it, because this is gonna be something that I will have to implement with all bosses. Because bosses become like the final boss of one dungeon, but then they become mini bosses in subsequent dungeons. So they all have, you know, if I kill Aquamentus in level 4, if he does show up in level 4, he's not gonna trigger the spawn of a heart container and things like that. So he should only do this in this dungeon. You know, another thing that I do is each dungeon has an area of awareness, right? So to know where Link is. This dungeon can know that Aquamentus is still there. And maybe when Aquamentus is no longer there, open the door and display the heart. And that way I have no connection with the enemy script or even the Aquamentus AI. Is just really this thing is always checking if it's colliding with Aquamentus. Maybe that's the solution. It's a little bit unorthodox, but that could work. Okay, leave it with me, guys. That's my next step, just to come up with a better, more elegant solution for that. In the meantime, I'm just gonna show you my remaining to-do list for this particular Dungeon 1. Here, Dungeon 1. So attacking man triggers bonfire attacking you. And this is what I'm talking about. The old man that gives you a tip. This guy, right now, he's invincible. I cannot hit him, but if I hit him, then these bonfires are going to start attacking me. So I need to do that. Wall master enemies, I need to draw them, wire them, make them, you know, give them some kind of intelligence and behavior. Aquamentus boss, I'm about to tick that one, but I don't want to tick it until it actually finally works completely. Just all the enemies that I need to implement. Killing all enemies in a room, drop an item or triggers an event. I need to do that. Dungeon exits takes back to the overworld. It doesn't work right now. Dying in a dungeon takes back to dungeon entrance. It doesn't work right now. Taking the Triforce takes you back out of the dungeon. I haven't done that. Map implementation. This is gonna suck. Compass implementation. I guess this has to come after the map implementation and the mini-map implementation. These three is gonna probably take me a while. Everything else, not too bad. So, I don't know. It's already the 25th of this January, so probably won't finish this month. But like I say, this is the hard one because it's the first one. But once I have a lot of these mechanics down, I can just recycle them for future dungeons. And it should be okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna leave it at that today, guys. Thank you so much. I have some people keep watching. I hope you find this interesting. If you do, if you wanna keep, an eye on this journey, I'm gonna finish this game. in its entirety, exactly like the first world, right? Like the first quest of the first Zelda that was released 40 years ago. In February, it's gonna be 40 years. Released in 1986 February. Insane, in Japan. In America came later. So it's insane this game is 40 years old. It's crazy to me to wrap my head around that. It's bananas. But it is what it is. So in honor, like a tribute to this amazing game, this year I need to finish this game as well. And it's gonna be the whole thing. So if you want to see what happens from here on, if you're interested in this kind of game dev video blogs, feel free to like and subscribe, and ask away if you have any opinion, you have an idea, if you notice something that I'm doing wrong that I might have not. Just me doing this, right? So I might miss stuff. Okay, so thank you for your audience and have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. See you later.